Welcome back to RamZland. Today I want to show you how to make your own lung model. Check this out. All I'm using to build my lung model are some clear Soho cups, some flexible straws, tape, scissors. These are little miniature water balloons, and these are 12-inch latex balloons. The first step is to use your scissors to poke a hole in the top of your cup and to twist your scissors to bore a hole that's about the same diameter as your straw. I chose to use a 1/4-inch drill bit just to drill holes in the top of the cups. The next step is to trim your straw. So when you put your straw through the hole in the top of the cup, you want the straw to be about halfway through the cup. So your lung is going to be right about here. So if I want to make my straw so it's that length, I'm going to cut my straw right about there with my scissors. And that way your lung isn't touching the diaphragm that you put on the bottom of your cup. So make your straw about this length. Now to make the lung stay on the straw, you can see it's kind of loose. I'm going to use some tape. I'm just going to wrap some tape around the base of the straw to increase the diameter. And then I'd slide your balloon up a little bit so it just stays on the end of your straw. Just like that. Now imagine the cup is like your thoracic cavity and the straw is your trachea. When you insert the straw through the cup, you might find that it's just a little bit loose. And if that's true, then just like you use tape to increase the diameter at the base of the straw, you might put a little bit of tape right here just so it doesn't slide. The tighter it is, the more the lung will inflate when you pull down on the diaphragm. So I'm going to make this a little bit tighter with some tape. So you can see where I added a little bit of tape just to thicken the wall of the straw. So now when I put it through my cup, it's going to be really tight right there. Maybe too tight. Let's see if I can pull it up through there. But I don't think it's going to leak any air, that's for sure. Yeah, that's nice and tight now. Okay, so the next step is to get our diaphragm ready on the bottom of the cup. So we're going to take one of the 12-inch balloons and we'll cut it. So I'm using 12-inch link balloons for my diaphragm. This just gives you something to tie one balloon to another, but it gives you something to pull down on for the diaphragm. So you're going to cut this right where you see the contour of the balloon become more narrow, like right about here, because you want to stretch it around the base of the cup. And if you cut it too high, there won't be any elasticity to wrap around the base of your cup. So something like this is just right. Okay, so now we're ready to put the diaphragm over the bottom of the cup, and that's what you're going to use half of your latex balloon for. The easiest way to do this is just to put the cup between your knees and to put 2 fingers on each side of your balloon. So it's like this. And then kind of use your thumbs to wrap it around the outer edge of the cup. And this might take a little bit of practice just to get it around there without crushing your cup. And you also need to work on stretching the balloon out a little bit. But it should pop around the bottom and look kind of like a drum, like this. And then you've got this little bit here to pull your diaphragm, so when it contracts, it creates a vacuum inside the thoracic cavity, drawing air into the lungs. So it should look like this. So here's a closer look at our model, and we are ready to test it. So if I just press on the bottom of my diaphragm, watch the lung. So when your diaphragm relaxes, that's exhalation. But when your diaphragm contracts, it flattens, and that fills your lungs with oxygen. Because when your diaphragm contracts, or when it flattens, that creates a vacuum in your thoracic cavity, drawing air into your lungs. And all you have to do is just press on this diaphragm, and you can see it forces air out of the balloon, or the lung in this case. And all I'm doing, I'm just pressing on it. It's just a really easy way to demonstrate how or you can just pull, how your diaphragm controls your breathing. And this is all part of your autonomic nervous system. When you're sleeping at night, you're not thinking about your diaphragm contracting and relaxing so you keep breathing through the night. Your autonomic nervous system does that for you. But just a really easy, simple way to illustrate how the diaphragm affects your breathing. Pretty cool. I hope you enjoyed today's edition of RamZland, and I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this presentation, be sure to remember to like and subscribe.